Member for Capricornia.
Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Trade and Investment. Will the Minister advise the House how the Australia-China Free Trade Agreement has been received by industry and others?
I call the Honourable Minister for Trade and Investment.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for her question. The member has proven herself to be a very strong advocate for the red meat and livestock sector, representing, as she does, the beef capital of Australia in Rocky in central Queensland. Madam Speaker, I can report that this sector alone has estimated that the red meat and livestock industries will benefit by an extra $11 billion through to 2030 following the total elimination of tariffs. And this was reinforced by the new chairman of the Australian Livestock Exporters, Simon Crean. And Simon said, as a former Australian Trade Minister engaged in the negotiations for several years, I wholeheartedly welcome the agreement and congratulate the government. He went on, I particularly welcome the comprehensive nature of the agreement, the inclusion of the services sector and the tariff-free access gained by the red meat sector and dairy heifers, which is a huge win for producers and exporters. Some other endorsements, Madam Speaker, included the Business Council of Australia, and they said the agreement opens an unprecedented level of access for our key sectors into Chinese markets, builds on Australia's existing strengths and opens new avenues for growth and job creation. The NFF said the agreement is outstanding. We could see a tripling in agricultural exports to China within a decade. The Financial Services Council of Australia, the agreement builds the architecture Australia needs to export financial services in the Asian century. The Australian Food and Grocery Council, the agreement enables Australia to play to its strengths in international trade to secure maximum value for high-value exports, high-value-add exports, as well as commodities. And the Winemakers Federation of Australia, a much-awaited free trade agreement with China, seals this year's trade trifecta and has the potential to add tens of millions of dollars to the Australian wine industry's export earnings. Madam Speaker, this trifecta of trade agreements with Korea and Japan and China will transform our economy as it echoes down through the coming decades, just as the floating of the dollar unleashed a freeing up of so much of our economy over 30 years ago. These agreements provide the bridges to the economic miracle that the Treasurer spoke of and that is unfolding in our region, the explosion of the Asia-Pacific middle class and the enormous opportunities it presents. Perhaps, Madam Speaker, I should leave, of course, the last word, as always, to Kay Rudd. To Kay Rudd. Those opposite don't want to hear it, but I'll give it to them. If you look at the whole package, on the trade side, the investment side, I think this is genuinely a win-win for both sides.